this is Daisy Joy at Adventure Acres, and I am doing a video today to give you an update and also to kind of let you in on my garden plans as promised. So first, I wanted to show you this cool new toy that Mr. Adventure has got for me. It is a tripod for my phone camera so that I can do videos hand-free. I'm so looking forward to that.
I got my stuff packed up. It was really short.
Yeah, cool. We'll go inside. We'll be in just a minute doing a video. Okay, so I wanted to start off. Oh, and the update on my leg is that the infection is pretty much all healed up. There's just a little, secondary issue that has to heal up, but I'm at about 90%. So we're getting close to being done with this finally. So I'm clear to at least go around and show you my plans for the garden. So right here, I wanted to show you, this is kind of my first little clutch of plants. Here's some petunias that we got from our church, very thoughtful. And here are some snapdragons, which are one of my favorite smelling flowers. And I was really excited to find these because I've been looking for English lavender for a really long time, and there was a whole flat of it at our local feed store nursery. And so I've been looking forward to planting those. There's these are green zebra tomatoes, and I've got some purple pepper lilac peppers. Say that 3 times fast. I like interesting produce because it's I don't know if a tripod is all that great. If I'm gonna have hands free, I'm gonna hurt myself. Anyway, and of course marigolds. But as I was saying, it's fun to have produce that you can tell you didn't just pick it up from the local grocery store. It's kind of fun to have the interesting ones. I love green zebras. Over here, Rose is putting our little egglinette. She's got a bit of an issue with her foot, and so we're putting her in isolation. Hey pretty girl. She's gonna have fun with those dandelions. Hey, when he's done with that, can you water the ones out in the thing? Or you can get the watering can. We need a new watering can. Reminder to self, we need a new watering can. Okay, so I like companion planting. I like to put flowers in with my vegetables for a few reasons. One is that it's really nice to have a splash of color in your garden. It makes it interesting to look at, while you're waiting for the long months of anticipation for your garden to finally start producing. It's nice to have something to greet you, cheery splash of color. It's also really great to have those pretty flowers that attract the beneficial pollinators, all the bugs that come along and kind of help to spur on the produce. Now, here's the plant. They need some water, but here are some tomato celebrity. Woo! I've got pink Caspian tomatoes, and let's see, pink Belgian porter, big boy. I've got peppers that are, let's see, orange blaze and chocolate beauty. That sounds exciting. And I've got some little broccoli and a tomato plant there. And the really great thing about these plants is that I didn't buy a single one of them. I am very blessed to know people who are willing to share. I did not get any seeds started this year, and so I am depending on the kindness of strangers. My husband has this really cool deal at his work that's a seed swap, and he works at a seed bank, and he has a lot of the people there, you know, they do gardening, and so they have extra seedlings. They start up their seeds, they plant their gardens, and they say, hey, I've got some extra. And so right around this time of year, everybody brings in their surplus, and you can go through and just pick out what you want, and it's all really cool. So I have all these great plants, and I didn't have to do anything to get them ready. There's Rose getting stuff done. She was mowing the meadow earlier, ran out of gas, so we're gonna have to wait on the last little bit. But so now I will take you out to the big garden plot. Now my husband is terrific. He, you know, I had this teeny little weenie plot and he's like, let's do it, you know, grandiose. It was so fun. Oh, there's a goldfinch right there on the corner. Huh. Blends in with the dandelions. Anyway, our first year, I didn't have this big plot. It was almost entirely container garden, and it was along the back of the garage. And don't let anybody tell you that container gardens are not productive. That was maybe one of our best years. We had so much produce and such a variety of produce, and it was really, you know, the effort that I had to put in it was less because it was in the containers. It wasn't as weedy. It was right at ergonomic level to work with. And that's why I'm so excited about my new awesome garden over there. Hi. Poor kid. I didn't even warn her. Yeah, our new raised bed, container garden, whatever you want to call it, is going to be helpful because it will save me a lot of extra energy. We just have to get the dirt up in there and start getting things planted. I want to have one section that's tomatoes, one section that's peppers, a section for you know, salad greens, that kind of stuff, spinach, romaine lettuce, and you know, different things, maybe some herbs and flowers and whatnot. I have a whole herb garden over there, and so I'm gonna plant my English lavender over there in the herb garden, of course. And anyway, so the first year was container garden. Second year we had the big plot done here, and it was a disaster. We went up, you know, that was the year I was going to Mayo for all sorts of diagnostic tests, and so I mean, you can look here at our strawberry patch and see it does not take very long. This is about 2 weeks of nice weather. It was seriously snowing like a month ago today. There was snow, and so it just started getting nice just now. I mean, it's full of grass. Now it'll be okay this year. Now our original intention was to get out here and to heavily mulch this area with the strawberries so that, you know, the grass would stay down and the mulberries would pop up and it would be a little easier to get to. But it was okay. This was what it was like last year also, and the strawberries are just in amongst the grass. A little more work, but these strawberries are robust. They will likely expand even further this year because they are so hard. This is such a hardy variety of strawberries, and sends off so many runners. We started off with about 9 plants, and it takes up almost this whole third of the garden. So this is, I don't know what type of strawberry this is, but this is the one to get. What a recommendation. No, anyway, so that we planted those that first year that we had the big plot. It seemed like a total disaster, but it was a stepping stone for this garden. Now, my grand designs on this area are that I would like to set it up as a perennial garden because we've already got the strawberries established here. There's all this dirt that's ready to go. We have the black paper over the top, the landscaping fabric, and it's got minimal weeds so far. You know, it's kind of been mulched by the tomatoes that we had last year. Unfortunately, last year was a bit of a rough year too. We went to the Homesteaders of America conference, which was awesome. But unfortunately, it was a late season garden, and they finally got ripe when we were at the conference, and the night that we got back, it was a hard freeze. So we, you know, aside from a couple of little cherry tomatoes that I picked before the conference, we got to share with the chickens. But it was still beneficial because, you know, for those couple of weeks that we were feeding the chickens those extra tomatoes, they were loving it, and it really cut down on our food expenses because they hardly ate any of their feed because they were so excited about the tomatoes. Anyhow, so I would like to put asparagus here, and I would like to set it up with maybe a, you know, something along the edge. I was trying to think of what the other one was that I had planned. Asparagus. My mother-in-law very generously got me a couple of grapevines for Mother's Day, so that would be really nice to add in, and a blueberry bush too. And so that would be, you know, I'm trying to think of different, you know, brainstorming and getting ideas about what sort of perennials to put in. In the meantime, though, we're gonna clean this out, get it ready, and, you know, get the paper up, plant what we have, and then kind of go from there and, you know, fill it out as we go. And we'll mulch it really heavily, and so that it's ready to receive whatever we come up with and it doesn't get too weedy and overgrown. Now we have a couple of ideas as far as other planting scenarios. Right alongside of the garage, I would like to do some vertical gardens. You know, those tier, you know, triangular tiers where you could put a different variety of plants and whatnot. I think that would be really helpful to do. I want to really kind of branch out for that, because I know that a lot of the people who are interested in kind of paying attention to how I have to garden and conserve energy, you know, vertical gardens are a really great way to do that. And so I'm really interested in learning more about that and trying it out, and my husband is really handy, and so oh, he's looking at me like, uh-oh, what sort of projects are you getting me into? I see that look. Love you, sweetie. Anyway, I want to make it, you know, I want to have a really good flow to our gardening here. I want to have it set up so that I will be able to keep up with it, and also that we have, you know, a wide variety of options for planting. You know, I want to have it set up so that I can succeed, and so I'll be sharing some of my ideas as I go along. Hey there, pretty girl. Oh, I hope she gets better. She's got a bit of a problem with her foot, and we're checking it out. We're gonna put a little tub in there for her to take a bath, and she was kind of getting picked on by some of the other ducks, so we put her in isolation for right now. Egglinette, I hope she's okay. She's one of our Welsh Harlequins, and she's such a pretty girl. We lost a chicken the other day also. Not very excited about that. We'd like literally lost it. We took it out of the pen, and then when we came back it was gone. I don't know where it like so it was expired. It was an expired chicken. That sounds weird. Anyway, I digress. So as far as gardening goes, I want to kind of make those ideas that I've been collecting in my Pinterest boards, you know, into reality. Reify is the word that I mentioned at the beginning of the year. I want to, you know, realize the ideas that I've been collecting and working on. And so those are a few of the things I want to do. Some things like tomato towers, and we have some garlic bulbs in there to plant. That was the other thing I was going to remember back in the plot. Garlic and onions. We love those. They're great. And so those are a few of the things that we have planned here at Adventure Acres for this gardening season. Love to hear what you're doing. Post in the comments below.